All the disrespect before you play, better button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check fam? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful morning of checking these buttons. Thank you guys for tuning in. Chapters down below if you want to skip around, and that sub button is right there if you want to skip around. Take the time to help the channel grow. Much appreciated. It is HT. Ladies and gents, we're that much closer to the weekend, that much closer to the release of an MK1. So much going down. Without further ado, it's the most glorious day of the week. Let's go.
Let's go by and get down real slick, man. I hope the kids ain't around. It's funny.
All right, next up for them father knows best or father wins best buttons that need to be checked. All right, so an amazing story broke not too long ago, right? One of the FGC's very own Mr. Eduardo Perez, right? AKA PR Balrog. PR's been in the FGC for quite some time. He was one of the best ROGs of all time in Street Fighter 4. Definitely made a name for himself, and now he's back. He's making his way to the forefront, and he's doing it in spectacular fashion, or I should say heartwarming fashion, because he's doing it with his baby on his lap. So apparently not too long ago there was a tournament, right, at GuildHouse. I'll put their information on the screen. Link down below. Definitely check out the sets and whatnot. So GuildHouse was doing a tournament. I believe it was GuildHouse Fighters 92, and Rog made it all the way to grand finals where he faced Samurai.
Bro, he was refusing to open up. He was like a treasure chest, all locked up. You don't have the key.
Yeah. He's on it.
You're not getting this dub.
And then, out of all the things that could have happened or that Rob could have did, he has his son on his lap for this moment. Not for the beginning games, you know what I'm saying? Not for like the ones that were possibly less crucial, even though obviously all these games are crucial. But at the nail biter, he has his son on his lap.
There won't be a second one.
Yeah, not to me. I did not like that at all. Okay, we got the father buff. Once again, he's in a minute.
Oh, he's back.
I need my son for the dub.
Which is kind of crazy, right? Considering you're in such a nerve-wracking moment and you're in grand finals. But the craziest thing happened. This happened. Check it out.
Out of him now. Good catch. Ooh. Yep, one more. Oh, nope.
No more chip.
No more chip. Oh, my goodness.
He's dead.
Oh, my God. Oh, what the heck?
The child buff. It was the child buff.
Oh, my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, this week's champion.
So the dude actually won with this whole baby on his lap. Amazing. And of course that FGC is reacting. Like, people are like, I find it hard to play when my cat sits on my lap, but Rog is out here with his baby playing in grand finals. Samurai responds as well, saying, don't be fooled, that baby is coaching. K-Brad apparently was at the tournament too. He says, I dropped a super in winners against my boy, and he says, you see that, son? We got lucky. I'm like, oh no. He said we. I'm fighting both of them. There is no way I can win. While the FGC keeps reacting, others are like, hell yeah, man, that is so damn cool. It's awesome to see such awesome dad energy. Caramel adding, dads do what we gotta do. This image is the essence of fatherhood as far as I'm concerned. How could you not love it? It's like wholesome as hell. And I noticed if you want to go back to his profile, go back to the man's profile, right? It says professional Street Fighter player, sponsored by my son. That's what's up. Which is crazy. Like, if you're a dad, if you're a parent, period, at some point or another, you probably played with your kid on your lap, especially obviously if you're at the house running casuals and whatnot. Happens all the time. Sometimes you have a whole baby just asleep on your shoulder and you're trying to get away with running some sets. It happens. Brings me back to memories, man. My kids were basically raised in the FGC, especially my daughter. My daughter was literally born. I remember making a video when we were in the hospital. FGC showed so much love. It was amazing, man. My daughter is 7 now. Just a little cutie pie going to tournaments with us. And even my sons are 19. Look how small they were right here. They are 19 years old right now going to tournaments. It's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see parents in the FGC period, married couples, all that wholesome stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just to see like us growing up as a community, right? A lot of people started just like young ass bucks, some teenagers, and now fast forward to 2023, a lot of us have whole ass families, gray hairs and all that good stuff. Like, it's just cool to see that we're growing. So with that being said, big up to Rog. Definitely check him out, man. I'll put his information down below for the positive father love How y'all feeling? Let me know. All right, next up for that, what do we really think about that MK roster buttons that need to be checked? All right, so now we have a good idea, right, of who's gonna be in the game. A lot of characters, a lot of people hype. Like we were just talking about, the damn game is right around the corner. What is it, next Monday? Next Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Wednesday? Anyway, it's coming up. But we got Maximilian, right? The biggest content creator in the FGC. Made an interesting video the other day covering the roster and his opinions. Has some interesting things to say, right? Basically going on to say that he didn't think the roster was too great.
I think MK1's roster is pretty good. I don't think it's amazing. It isn't amazing. I think this roster was also pretty damn good. I think I was a little bit more excited about playing some of these characters in general, right?
So there you have it. He goes into how he thinks it's pretty good, but it's not amazing. He's looking forward to playing it. He goes into like how he's looking forward to using certain characters.
I think this one, there were some issues present, and I didn't really know who to stick with. But now there's at least a few that I want to try. There really is. And that isn't just because of the base roster, it's because of all these shitheads as well. My long story short about this is that I want more shitheads. I want more characters populating all this wild shit down here.
And on that flip side, he's like, I'm not looking forward to playing Ermac. No matter what his moveset, I just don't like the way he looks.
Curious about Ermac's gameplay. I won't give a flying fuck if Ermac could play the most interesting of Ermac that he's ever played, and I'll probably not play him if he looks like that.
And from there, I also noticed the FGC had some interesting comments about the roster themselves, right? Right here adding saying, Ed Boon really made 90% of the fan base happy with this roster. Made the casuals content with the guest characters, and he made the OG/hardcores happy with the 3D era characters. Then others responding 90%, that's really generous. I'd wager it's more around 50%. Myself falling into the latter, me and most of my friends are all lifelong fans who have bought and played almost every game up to 11. And our main concern is really that a lot of the marketing tactics and the focus seems too similar to MK11, a game we all hate. There is definitely a lot of good things in here and improvements, but there are just a ton of things we all fundamentally disagree with, and I'm seeing that echoed in a ton of places. And it kind of goes on from there, but I see others adding to this saying, you're talking about the game as a whole, the comment is only about the roster. And then wrapping it up right here saying, in my opinion, the roster is even better than MK9's just because of the different era characters inclusion. So there we have it, man. How y'all feeling about this roster? You already know if you watch this channel for some time, I'm not the biggest NRS gamer. Always been a fan of it, right? Obviously, since back in the day. But this one right here, this MK has me feeling a little different. I like a lot of the characters. I can't wait to play it. Looks hype as hell. I'm not the pro player, obviously, but I'm excited as a fan. How y'all feeling? Let me know. All right, next up for that, Street Fighter 6 matchmaking system is possibly ruining the game's enjoyment. Buttons that need to be checked. So this one popped off a few weeks ago, right? Where players were kind of complaining about it, and I've seen it develop in little pockets throughout social media, and it's time to cover it because it ain't going away. So we're gonna start right here with no more Mr. Ice Guy, right? Saying, I can't tell if the MR system is whack or if people really just are not that great. I'm constantly matched with 1300 to 1400 MR people. It is getting annoying. I really hope Tagging Street Fighter fixes the matchmaking for the US and stop making it regional based. Brian F asked this saying, there are no points for us to gain in our matchmaking region. The economy is not working out. Ice responds saying, it really is pretty pointless to be honest. It would be fun to climb the MR ladder, but at best I get matched with you, Shine, and maybe Kung Fu Hustle, that's it. Ramsey says, getting paired with 1400 MR and not receiving a single point for winning is also ridiculous. Mature TV says, I think the problem is that we are constantly being matched with people who are 200 or more MR less than us, making you gain 1 or 2 MR per match and you lose 14 MR per match is just not doable for a long period. Ice responds, yeah, I had to play for an hour after I lost to get my points back. It sucks. Then Brian F adds again saying they changed that. It used to be like 400 MR difference gave you 0 points, but I've been in 1920s and won a point from 1300s now. Still, it's tough when all your matches are so high stakes and you lose mad points for winning a set. And Adrian says, opening up the regional lock would solve many issues. Brian says it's absolutely bugged. Capcom needs to fix this. It's killing the game's enjoyment. All right, and that's it right there. That's a mouthful, right? I think that's the main statement saying it's absolutely bugged. Capcom needs to fix this. It's killing the game's enjoyment. A lot of people play online, obviously, and we're proud of that because we're like, hey, the netcode, that's what we've been pushing. Now we can enjoy the gameplay, but then we have this, where people feel like the regional lock or the point system is kind of like taking away the enjoyment. We wanted that best netcode, we wanted that crispy gameplay, that buttery smooth, and now we got it, but like, okay, we're trying to get some points in the meantime, and it seems like it's a hard-ass hustle. So you could definitely feel that frustration through the community. And through another side note, one that hasn't gone away, you may have forgot about it. Well, trust me, if you've been playing the game, you haven't forgot about it. But the inputs, remember that? Remember in the beginning, a lot of people were talking about like these inputs feel off. I don't know if it's just me or if it's the game, but I feel like anytime I'm trying to do a super activate or something like that, it's not hitting. I'm dropping a lot of shit. And we're not really seeing pros say it in this interview. We're not really seeing people saying, I lost the match because of this, I'm dropping combos. So that led me to think like, well, maybe, well, if they're able to hit it, how come the rest of us, like everybody talking about it and feeling it at home, is experiencing something different? So I did think about that for a while, but recently I started seeing pros, like, you know, well-ranked pros talk about it again. Real quick, picking it up with Christotarian saying, it's frustrating to have to repeat this, but inputs need to be addressed immediately. Then I see Savage Saint right underneath said they're taking their sweet time because the high pro players aren't on their asses about it. I never had a game assume moves for me like this ever. Chris says, I lost in tournament because of it. It's reached a breaking point for me. Damn. What did I just say? I literally just said that before I read this damn tweet where it says they're taking their sweet time because the pros are not on their asses. I don't know what it is. I'm not here to accuse Capcom or anything like that. I love the game. I know we have our critiques about Street Fighter and there's stuff that people think needs to be changed, like JP and Ken and the inputs. And now we're talking about the match, you know, the ranking system and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, people are still saying they love Street Fighter, and many out there, most that I come across, are saying they believe it's the best version of the game yet. Honestly, I don't think any of this kind of overshadows the fact that Street Fighter 6 is such a great game. I just think that there's things like this that need to be polished. For me personally, since I don't really play like online matches like that, the inputs is a huge turnoff for me. I've noticed it from day one, and I'm like, why am I dropping everything? So how y'all feeling about this? The online match ranking with the points and the regional lock, and then the inputs possibly needing to fix. How you really feeling? Let me know. There it is, ladies and gents. Definitely let me know how you are feeling, man. We're getting closer and closer to some hype action this coming weekend and right around the corner as well, right? And of course, it's HT, so we gotta end it on that HT flavor. Well, here is the featured cosplay right here. Profile on the screen, Lord Zorb at Zalaria, if I'm saying that correctly. Cosplay. Profile says, I like cute girls not wearing pants. Okay. I like cute girls not wearing pants. Okay, Zalaria. Anyway, here's the cosplay. Bam! That is pretty, I gotta put some sensors over that because it's caliente, you know what I'm saying? But links down below if you wanna check out her profile. Trust me, it is worth the click. It's worth the Google. There it is one more time. Thank you guys for the amazing love, man. We will see you soon, if not tomorrow, definitely the next day. And as always, I don't know what it is, but I know it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
All right, now into that moment of FGC bliss. Speaking about that fatherhood, right, that PR Rod was showing, this one comes to us from Brent. He posted this right underneath that thread of PR Rod, right, saying, in the words of Justin Wong, everyone should be a dad, just finish a frame late. Hey, that's the secret. That's all you gotta do. That's the recipe, baby. If you wanna be a dad, just finish a frame late. Y'all be late.